43 of the Discipleship 5K. Do you ever have one of those days when you just feel like you're not getting anything done, or you're not accomplishing anything, or that you just can't get anything right? Or is that just me? No, I'm sure you've had those days. We all do, and it's hard to get through those days. We just wish that we could just crawl back in bed and put the covers up over our heads. But that's not what we're called to do as disciples. We're called to get out there, we're called to persevere and to continue on. And one of the ways that we can do that and encourage is by encouraging others. And because when we encourage others, we feel good. And we're not doing it fishing for a compliment. We're doing it to be genuine and caring and to let somebody know that we're thinking about them. So today, our scripture comes from 1 Corinthians, which is always an encouraging book to me. I feel like Paul was constantly trying to get them to wake up and encourage each other, and to remind them that they have gifts that they've been given, that they're supposed to be sharing with one another. And so the scripture today is 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 28. And God has appointed in the church first apostles, second prophets, third teachers, then deeds of power, then gifts of healing, forms of assistance, forms of leadership, various kinds of tongues. So as I was saying about encouraging one another and pointing out one another's gifts, it's part of, for me, what I understand in the scripture is that God has given each of us something different, and that we need to remember that we are called for a specific purpose, and that is to love Him and love our neighbor, and that in loving our neighbor, we need to be pointing out their positives, to be encouraging them, to letting them know that they've done a good job. Now, I'm not one of those people that do that very often. I'm not an atta girl kind of person, and I don't need the affirmation either. But it is good to hear. Just like we talked about compliments, when somebody gives you a compliment, it makes you feel good. And so today, our reflection is to remember, based on the scripture, that there are different people that have different gifts, and that we need to be encouraging them and to let them know that they are important and they are noticed and they are seen. And so go out and encourage another person. Share a positive word about them. Acknowledge a job that was well done, something that a project they finished and they did a good job with, or maybe just whatever. Maybe it's a child and they got an A on a test. Just whatever it is that you see as something being positive, share a positive word with them. Even send a random note. You don't need to be around a person in order to share encouraging words, or to let them know that you're thinking about them, or that you admire them, or that you appreciate them, or that you think that they're pretty cool. You can write a note, you can send an email, you can pick up the phone, you can give them a call. Whatever it is that you want to do, but today is the day for you to go out there and to tell somebody something positive, to give them an encouragement, to give them a positive word, to give them a compliment. And that is our scripture. That is our reflection. And our activity is a CrossFit activity. So whatever you choose to do, do your best.